CDOT scrambles to put final touches on road work in Frisco and up north. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News. The finish line's in sight for the multi-million-dollar GAP project in Frisco, bringing 4 continuous lanes to Highway 9. But it ain't here yet.
I'm excited for it to be getting wrapped up. I thought that everything, for the most part, worked just like it should. A few utility delays in there that kind of pushed things back a little bit, but other than that, everything was great.
That was Kevin O'Reilly with CDOT. Utility delays stalled work on the roundabout earlier this summer, while the weather has mostly cooperated.
The snow we got last weekend kind of put a damper on things a little bit. We had to push our striping back a little bit for that.
The roundabout there is now finished, and crews are back on site this week for striping, guardrails, and median work. All 4 lanes should open this week or next. Meanwhile, repaving on 15 miles of US 40 and US 34 outside of Granby resumed over the weekend after 2 to 3 weeks of delays for the East Troublesome Fire. Sky High News estimates the fire destroyed at least 500 structures, but a final count is still weeks away. Grand County Sheriff has lifted just about every evacuation order for the area. That fire is 37% contained today, burning nearly 194,000 acres in just 2 weeks. The Cameron Peak fire is up to 85% containment after scorching nearly 209,000 acres in 10 weeks. Tomorrow is Election Day, and so far, more than 1 in 3 Summit locals have voted, equal to about 12,000 ballots, just 5,000 ballots shy of the 2016 election. Nationwide, the U.S. Elections Project reports 93 million people have voted already, nearly twice as many early voters as 2016. And you've still got time to vote. Take your ballot to one of 5 drop-off sites county-wide, or vote in person tomorrow at South Branch Library in Breck, the Senior Center in Frisco, or Silverthorne Pavilion. David Lesh, the guy known for jumping sleds at Keystone, swimming in Hanging Lake, and allegedly defecating in Maroon Lake, and then posting the evidence to Instagram, is now banned from every national forest. The Aspen Times reports a federal judge changed the 35-year-old's bond conditions last Friday after that Maroon Lake photo was posted. An earlier ruling said he could enter public lands if he behaved. He now faces fines for even setting foot on millions of acres nationwide. The latest now on coronavirus and testing. Summit hopes to triple local testing capacity this week through a new Vail Health site in Frisco and mobile CDPHE clinic in Silverthorne. Health Director Amy Wineland.
When we have a high percentage of positivity, that means we're not doing enough testing to capture the true spread of the virus within our community.
Local testing is stretched thin by outbreaks. Most recently, at least 2 players with the Summit High School basketball team. The entire team is now under quarantine for exposure at practice. That started October 22nd and was confirmed last week. Summit County's latest infection rate is 616 per 100,000 people, up 240 cases in 1 week, with a positive test rate of 12.1%. Summit Medical Center is at 9% capacity today, the lowest since early September. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, Summit High Football has officially canceled this Friday's home game with Battle Mountain, but the season ain't over yet. Coaching staff is planning for 2 more games, Fort Morgan on November 13th and Grand Junction Central November 20th. Both of those games will be played away. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.